Hey girl, welcome to Her Legacy Rewritten, where we're all about taking bold, purpose-driven action to building a life you're completely obsessed with. My name's Courtney, a small-town country girl turned entrepreneur and on a personal journey to becoming the first millionaire in my family. But to be honest, most days I still feel like I have no clue what I'm doing, but I'm obsessed with the process of figuring it out together like girlfriends. And around here, we're going to keep it raw, real, talking all things business, money, mindset, and the messy middle no one prepares you for, with epic guests who get it and stories to remind you you're not alone and you are made for more regardless of what season you're in. So grab your drink, pull up a seat, and let's do the damn thing, girl. Hey girl, I am so glad that you're here because you know how it's going to be tonight? We're going to be sitting around the campfire. So I want you to imagine with me that we're sitting around the campfire, faces glowing in the firelight. We just threw on another log, laughing, swapping stories. Every single woman here is completely herself. No masks, no copies, just pure, powerful, unmistakable you. That is what we're going to be talking about today. Is being unmistakably you. So, right in the beginning of my network marketing journey, I remember trying to duplicate processes that my upline was telling me to do. Like, I absolutely hated that. I hated duplicating, but at the same time, that's what I was taught. And how I felt like I lost myself in that because I didn't quite understand that I needed to be myself. Like I needed to brand myself. I needed to do things myself. But when you are constantly taught copy paste, basically the fake it till you make it, you don't know any better. But you do have that burning like ick inside of you where it's like this, I meant for more. And this is what this episode is about. Why you weren't meant to be a carbon copy of somebody, and why the world needs the you and no one else, and no one else that you can duplicate. So the myth behind duplicating in business. Traditional network marketing duplication model means typically to copy paste. So like I was mentioning, copy pasting something like a post or a story or same words and same scripts, and like you use it word verbatim on every single thing. You take your uplines scripts that they say to like other prospects, and it's like it doesn't always line up because everybody's different and everybody helps different people. So this actually, like, for lack of a better term, it flattens leaders instead of creating them. Like you're not creating leaders doing this duplicatable system, like this duplicatable process. The difference between duplicating a system versus duplicating a personality are two completely different things. I do believe that duplication is very important in business, especially when building a team or having a team that does like back end things, like a duplicatable thing, right? But we're done, line in the sand, done moment. We're done duplicating people. We duplicate systems so people can be fully themselves. That is what we're actually after. I fully believe in duplicating a system, but we need to learn how to teach people how to be themselves in that system. And I want you to think about this. Like, what makes someone unforgettable isn't their product. It's their energy, their voice, their story, their quirks, their everything that you can think of, right? So why standing out today's market requires authenticity over algorithm chasing. Now, I'm definitely a victim of it myself, chasing those algorithms. Now, it can be a powerful tool. Yes, like using the trending audios or using a trending like something that's going around. Like I don't even know what to think of right now. But is it a powerful tool? Yes, because it does get eyes on your content. But in doing so, you need to be authentically you. You need to be authentically you. Because as you see, like some of those trends that go around, like the dancing or the silly voiceovers that do different things, everybody does it differently. Did you ever notice that? Every single person does it differently. And it's awesome to see how many creative ways somebody can do one thing. And that's what we want to teach is how to be authentically yourself and to stop really chasing the algorithms because that really does, we all know that that changes every single day. So people follow people that they can feel the personality, feel the person from in between the screen, not people that they can predict. Don't you want to be unpredictable in the sense that you're always showing up as yourself, as what you want to do? So show up unapologetically you. And one of the things that duplication does to us as leaders is that we stop trusting ourselves. And that is honestly the foundation of leadership is that you have to trust yourself. You have to. Like that is like a non-negotiable in leadership is you have to be able to trust yourself. How self-doubt creeps in when we start to compare or mimic others. Like how if you've been a victim of the copy paste method and you start to compare yourself to other people or mimic others, doesn't your self-doubt creep in? I actually have a deeper question for you on this. If you are one of the ones that copies and mimics what other people are doing, I have a question for you. What happens when that person you're copying stops showing up? Who is now going to show up? Who? Like I want to know that answer. Who is now going to show up for you? You need to learn how to show up for you first, not to be relying on somebody else's content or somebody else's authenticity to show up to copy for you to show up. That's what we need to stop doing because there's eventually a time that that person will stop showing up and then you're going to be left hanging because that's what you were relying on. That's going to cause self-doubt in you because now you have no one to trust but yourself and you don't know how to trust yourself. This is why leaders create movements by showing others how, or sorry, I lost myself there. Why leaders create movements by showing others that they don't have to qualify to lead. They just need to be. They just need to be themselves. They just need to show up as themselves. If you're looking to be a leader in your industry, in your team, in your like whatever it is, you need to learn how to stop trying to be qualified. You're already qualified. You're qualified just by showing up to lead. You just need to be you. And people will gravitate towards that. I want to do this quick exercise with you. I want you to list 3 things that you want to be known for that have nothing to do with your products, that have nothing to do with your business. List 3 things, whether that be like horseback riding, whether that be hunting or crafts or dancing or painting, like whatever that may be. List 3 things that you want to be known for and do more of that because I promise you more people want to be in like what it is that you're doing and what makes you different than what makes you just blend in with everyone else because we don't like that. We don't want to blend in. We want to stand out. That's what you were meant for. You were meant to stand out. We're building leaders here, not followers. And how like copying other people, that it causes a lot of problems. As you can see, as you might be able to be thinking of something that I didn't even mention here. Why you want your team to do things differently from you. Like, think about that. You want your team to duplicate? Yes. And I'm totally down for duplicatable systems. Because when your team has a duplicatable system, they will multiply. They will multiply in their own way because they're showing up as themselves through those systems. So have a framework. Say, here's the framework. Now make it yours. Show up like you. Show up how you would. Say what you would like to say. But here's the framework. Like I'm definitely one that I need framework. I can't, like, my brain just doesn't process like just go show up and do this, right? I definitely need a framework. And then I can make my quirks go through that and myself and my identity in that show up, because then I have a framework. And then that framework I can have as a duplicatable framework and system for my team. Again, remember how I'm saying this, a duplicatable framework or system, but we're not duplicating people here. We're done with the duplicating people. So learn how to trust yourself. Learn how to show up for yourself in the ways that you want to through a duplicatable system. So for this blueprint, number 1, get clear on your brand's DNA, your brand's values, tone, style, story, quirks, smiles, laughs, cries, crying moments, vulnerable moments, whatever it is that you do. Get really clear on your own brand DNA. Build a system anyone can plug into, but with total freedom and actually one rule of putting their own personality in it, period. You need to have that framework for it to duplicate and not have your team thinking tons of different ways and like, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Obviously, we want to be aligned, right? We all want to do what's aligned for our business. But when you have an open-ended community of either 1,000 different ways to do something or just open-ended of figure it out, people tend to burn out. People tend to all get lost, and then no one knows exactly what to do but to show up, but they don't know what they're showing up for. Have a system. Have a duplicatable system, but with one rule of putting their own personality in it, period. Number 3, celebrate differences publicly. It's okay to like do a live or do an interview with somebody that showcases your guys' differences, but yet you're on the same team, you're on the same mission, or you have different missions, but you're growing together. Celebrate the differences publicly, because that's what a lot of people are afraid of thinking that they're different and they can't fit in because of that difference. They think that they've got to fit in order to succeed. Celebrate the differences and do it publicly, because then everybody's going to gravitate towards they can be themselves too and still do the same thing. Empower leaders to teach their way. Step number 4, empower those leaders to teach their way. Not everybody is, I need to show up with a content calendar and I need to have all these systems and calendar marks and all these things. And my brain don't work that way. There's sometimes that I get a creative spark where I can like content create and batch content for like a week. But then I'm like, I don't feel as inspired to post it because it's not in the moment and what I'm feeling. But other people completely thrive off content calendars for a year and they have systems. Teach each individual how to show up in their own way to keep that spark, keep that creativity. That goes right into step number 5. Keep the mission and the anchor so creative, so creativity stays aligned. Like you want that creativity to stay aligned. So don't make following a system so structured that it has no room for flexibility. Because not everybody's mind thinks the same or comprehends things the same. I've mentioned this before where I'm a hands-on learner. So reading comprehension does not work very well for me. But if I was to do something hands-on, like give me a Lego set or like a sandwich to wrap or something, I don't know, I could do that in seconds. But give me something that's reading comprehension and then telling me to go figure out how to actually do it, that actually is really difficult for me. So when I've learned how to show up in my way, creativity started to flow again. Creativity started to feel natural again. I stopped trying so hard to be duplicating someone else's system so much that it killed my creativity. Again, duplicating systems and frameworks is what we're after. But when we're told to show up a certain way, act a certain way, talk a certain way, do that, that's where the creativity spark diminishes because you're not being yourself. So, I hope that this helps you out in some way, shape, or form. Movements aren't built by copycats. They're built by women who trust their God-given voice and walk it out every single day. Remember that. If this fired you up, I encourage you to share this episode with someone in your life who you're done playing small with, done blending in with, and ready to lead a movement no one else can duplicate. Let's light up that night together. Let's keep on moving. Like, don't stop your spark because you haven't found a system that works. Create your own system if you have to. Create your own framework if you have to. Make it duplicatable for your team. But again, with one condition, that you have to put your own flair and your own energy and you into this framework. So until next time, girl, keep burning that fire. Keep putting that log on. Don't ever let that fire stop burning. And never forget, you're unduplicatable. Thank you so much for listening in. If you loved this episode, I would so appreciate it if you shared it with a girlfriend. Like, send it to her right now or post it on social media and tag me so I can personally thank you for helping me get the message out. I'm so freaking grateful and excited to be on this journey with you, girl. So until next time, I'll talk to you soon.